Yo, they hike the tax while the lights go black. The water's gone, but they want more cash back. We pay and pay, yet less each day. Modern chains ain't steel, they're bills we can't pay. I kicked off with the freestyle today because guess what? Load shedding struck again in this house, which means I couldn't edit in my usual intro for you, so I had to find another way to get your attention and stand out. But jokes aside, let's delve into the heart of this matter and why I made this video. Imagine waking up in South Africa only to find that your wallet feels lighter than usual, not because you've spent money, but because the government has decided to increase VAT. It's as if Mr. Krabs himself took over the treasury, rubbing his claws together with glee every time a new tax is introduced. But here's the catch. While the government promises improved services, the reality on the ground tells a different story. Load shedding continues to plague the nation, with power outages disrupting daily life and businesses, including myself. I almost couldn't upload a video today. It's as if we're living in Bikini Bottom, where Mr. Krabs runs the show and then SpongeBob is left flipping Krabby Patties without pay. The government keeps asking for more and more, but the services we receive in return are subpar at best. They're getting less and less. Picture this, you're sitting in your home, the lights flicker and go out, load shedding has struck again like a toxic ex, you reach for a glass of water but the tap runs dry. Despite these challenges, the government expects you to pay more in taxes. Are you kidding me? That's a scenario that feels all too familiar for many South Africans, which is actually really sad, because meanwhile the services that these taxes are supposed to fund continue to deteriorate. Water infrastructure is equally problematic. It's a classic case of paying more for less. And the government distracts us with all these news headlines, although our revenue continues to decline. It's as if we're being charged with premium prices for a product that keeps getting worse. The middle class in South Africa is often too touted as the backbone of the economy. They're the ones who pay taxes, stimulate economic growth, and support social programs. But with this recent VAT increase, it feels like the government has turned on them, like how you turn on your phone when it's almost off. And it turned on them as these valued contributors because it's a situation that feels akin to economic enslavement. The middle class is expected to shoulder the financial burden of the nation's challenges, all while receiving diminishing returns in terms of public services and support. That's inversely proportional because they got you working 9 to 5. But they ain't trying to even let you thrive. Electricity's going bye-bye, the water's dry, yet the prices are high. Mr. President's got a Benz and a new tie. But you and I, we living in a lie. They raise the VAT and they say it's for the nation, more like donation to political vacation. You feel that? That's not just rhyme from me, that's real rage with rhythm. Now here's the reality. South Africans have become the ultimate modern day slaves. I'm not talking about the old school kind with whips and shackles and all of that. I'm talking about like economic slavery, like economic bondage, invisible chains in your mind. You clock in, you get taxed, you buy bread, get taxed, you die, you get taxed with that funeral VAT and stuff. Even in the grave, the government's got their hand in your pocket like, hey man, I know you're dead and all, but let me just get that 17%. From your family and kids. And every time they make excuses about why they need more of your money, it's the same recycled lines. We need to invest in infrastructure. Oh, there's a new policy where we're funding health and defense. Oh no, we are catching up on past debt. Catch up? Bruv, if I owed someone $500 and 10 years later I told them I'm still catching up, they'd punch me straight in the throat. And rightfully so, because I am gaslighting them, alright? I'm playing their asses. But politicians, they get clapped for that nonsense. They show up in Gucci belts and 1,000 Rand suits, sipping imported wine at Parliament, while Sipo down the road can't even boil noodles because Eskom cut the power again from 10 to 4 in the morning. You ever notice how we love to flatter ourselves? Oh no, Summer, we're a developing country. Stop looking at the negative stuff. We've got potential. Things take time. Fam, it's been 30 years. 3 decades. The only thing developing in this country are the stomachs of corrupt ministers and their supercars. Have you seen how big, what's his name? Is it Ace Makashule? I think it's him. Have you seen how big his stomach is right now? They're busy driving in G-Wagons, Rovers, S-Class Mercs. It's as if they're auditioning for a Fast and Furious spin-off. Fast and Corrupt, Pretoria Drift. Gwede Mantashe, that's his name. Gwede Mantashe. Meanwhile, you're waking up every morning like, is there water today? Is there power today? Can I afford bread today? Will the train arrive, or do I have to walk 10 kilometers again? And yet they want more money from you. This isn't value-added tax. This is value-annihilating tyranny. You're paying extra for the privilege of living in a country where basic services are treated like luxuries. Water and power are supposed to be human rights, not subscription plans. But in Mzansi, it feels like DSTV. 399 rand for 5 hours of uninterrupted electricity. Subscribe to Eskom for premium today. You know what's wild? The same politicians telling you tighten your belt have bellies so big they haven't seen their own belt in years. They'll say we're all in this together. Really? Really? That's why your swimming pool heated and my kettle don't even switch on? Now, if you're watching this or listening to this, maybe you're driving and you just selected my video to listen to, and you're thinking, it's not just tax, it's a 2% increase. What's the big deal? Let me break it down for you like you're 5 years old. That 2% is not just numbers on a receipt you get when you buy from ShopRite or Checkers. That is not school uniform your mom couldn't afford. That is a loaf of bread that costs 19 rand instead of 16 rand. That's your petrol, your electricity, your funeral costs, your data, your life going up, 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 while your salary stays stuck like a broken lift. If you're not concerned, you're sleepwalking in a burning house. This VAT increase is a warning shot. It's a test to see how much they can milk out of you without protesting. Today it's VAT, tomorrow it's carbon tax, tomorrow it's digital tax, sunlight tax. Heck, they might start taxing you for breathing clean air. They don't fear the people anymore because we don't raise hell like we used to or we should. We complain on WhatsApp statuses, Facebook, drop memes, laugh it off, cry to sleep and move on. But if you love your country, if you love your damn dignity, you should be angry. You should be enraged just by watching this video because the government doesn't feel shame anymore. They could walk into your kitchen, they could steal your last slice of bread and have the audacity to say we did it for the children. Which children? Hey, so why should we be concerned? Because silence is compliance. And if you don't fight back economically, politically, and intellectually, then you have already lost. The recent VAT increase in South Africa serves as a stark reminder of the challenges facing this nation's economy and its citizens. While the government argues that these measures are necessary to fund essential services, the reality is that many South Africans are paying more and more and more and receiving less and less and less. It's time for a reevaluation of fiscal policies that disproportionately impact the middle and lower classes. All right, you need transparency, accountability, and equitable solutions that are essential to ensure that all citizens share the burden fairly and that the services funded by taxes truly benefit those who need them the most. No more of that scammy nonsense the government keeps putting us through like there's some drug cartel. Uplift rather than oppress. Ensure a brighter future for all. You what the hell? Because they dim our lights and then raise the toll. They drain our pockets, yet that's their goal. Alright, we strive and sweat. They take their share. Modern chains unseen, but they everywhere. Some haters see me and say some are scripted, bro. Well, damn Sherlock, talk about being far from cracking the code. But even if I did, who the hell do you think wrote this? The Tooth Fairy? A Care Bear and a glow stick? My fairy godmother fresh out of your teenage dream flick? Nah, bruh. I speak with passion on my lips and rage in my spit. While your crew's still trying to Google how to be lit. You think this flow comes from a magic wand? Cause nah, this is pain, this is heat, it's war, and I'm James Bond. I don't need no Ghost Rider or someone holding my pen. It's just me and my brain going toe to toe with evil men. You call it scripted, I call it divine assault. Cause my words whiplash, making your ego somersault. So next time you doubt this gift, this tongue, this mind, remember, your best bars still trying to sniff behind mine. And if you really think I'm too slick to be real, then maybe your fairy godmother's the one popping the pill. Cause I'm not just built different, I'm a glitch in your whole code. While you're buffering, I'm erupting, going volcano mode. And when you talk slick like you're the elite with the sass, just remember, at your very best, you couldn't wipe my ass. Now keep talking, keep hating, keep clicking. Cause even your disrespect pays my commission.